You are watching Xirtus.
So you see that he found the word purple in a burnt charcoal piece of the Vesuvius scroll, a scroll that was literally, this is what it looks like, dog poop, bro. This is just pieces of charcoal, and they're rolled up burnt pieces of charcoal, and they 3D scanned them, and line by line by line by line by line, he's able to figure out with AI that there are words written in this freaking scroll, bro.
This is the word that I actually found. It's right here. It's the word profuras, which translates to purple. It's the first word we found in the scrolls. It was reviewed by a committee of kind of Greek scholars, but it's the word purple. And I'm glad it's not the word in or the or and that we found first. We actually found a word that has meaning. This would not be possible without modern AI and modern scanning techniques. People have wanted to read these books for hundreds of years. And this seems like the only way where it's really possible to do that. Now we're reading entire paragraphs from the scrolls, and hopefully we'll be able to read the entire book and read the hundreds of other books that were buried in this condition as well. When we found this first word, we went public with it, and I think everyone has been very pleasantly surprised by the amount of attention it's gotten. As a college student, it's definitely been overwhelming in the best way possible, but it's been really cool to get to kind of, talk about my findings and, share what I want to do in the future with so many people. So it's been overwhelming in the best possible way. The University of Nebraska does a really good job of encouraging their students to think boldly, and I think that's played a pivotal role in my work on this project.
All right, I'm just saying, dude, that's pretty based. And if like a Mormon kid can find the word purple in a burnt piece of the Vesuvius scroll, then he can probably find government corruption and embezzlement charges. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's just like, if you didn't care at all, if you were just heartless and from New York, you'd be like, well, this is the guy I want to do the job because I need the job done. This guy will do the job. But if you're like a sap for Sweethearts and Lifetime movies and you see that kid, how are you not like, show that to your mother if your mother is against the Republican Doge, whatever. Like they think that they're just like hackno, techno, big balls.
Your mom could get purple pilled, man. Any time now. She gets into Maha, she's going to be purple pilled. It could, could happen real quickly.
Oh, hala.
What was the connection there to big balls?
So Big Balls is the name of, there's 4 guys in Doge that are kind of famous for being 19 to 22. This guy's 22, so he's like one of the older ones of the group. But the 19-year-old kid he's working with was deep. They scrubbed him on the internet, and they found out, let's see, Vance, journalist, reward. Let me find the right. Okay, so they fired this kid because they said that when he was 16, his internet username account was Big Balls. And how could we be supporting somebody who was once called Big Balls? So if you think about it, the entire federal bureaucracy is being chased down by this kid who's like discovering embezzlement charges. And that's something that I've noticed a lot was like this week on Facebook, particularly, if I just scroll through my feed, I don't see any of my friends' posts. You know what I mean? All I see are, anti-Kanye propaganda next to the word follow. So in other words, I'm not following any of the things I'm seeing in my list. It's all asking me if I want to follow.
They're wanting you to follow.
I follow 5,000. I got 4,000 friends. I don't see any of their posts. All I see are like ads for USA Today and Politico. And it's like, that's ridiculous. But then I also see, and I've actually done a pretty good job, upsetting them to the point and blocking them that I don't see them as much anymore. But yeah, here you go. Like Elizabeth Warren, follow Elizabeth Warren right here. See, like follow Elizabeth Warren. Like, well, if I'm not following Elizabeth Warren by now, what the friggin' hell do you think is going to make me start to follow her? You know what I mean? And like, all I can do is either like click, and everything is the same. Trump is this horrible guy. Elon Musk is, not elected. It's like ironic because none of these people are elected. I
don't remember electing. I'm sorry. This is, I know, such a stupid overused trope now, but it's so true. Like Bill Gates, Fauci, like, I mean, the people Soros, the people who we didn't elect, who are influencing and affecting our lives all through I'm like, how is this argument? And you can see the messaging. So they're using, there's memos or whatever that went out, and you can see even like somebody like Cory Booker. I like a lot of things about Cory Booker, but it's really disappointing to see the messaging that's being used. They're using specific words. They're saying Trump is trying to overwhelm because they know, this is so Bernaysian, they know that people feel overwhelmed. So you're like, they're like, what? How are people feeling? And you're like, who's the cause of this? And what is? And like, they're
It's
like,
so simple. Yeah, it's crazy.
I gotta say though that Elizabeth Warren is actually worth following when she posts from her Mima's Powwow Chow cookbook. It's got some pretty big bangers in there, actually.
Does it?
I don't block her yet because I still enjoy commenting. Like, you know, if you turn yourself into Doge now, we'll let you get into a jail really close to your families. Like, I mean, that's the thing you got to say to these. It's interesting how the Congress people are pointing themselves out, though, because, you know, it's like,
they're lying about what the function of Doge is. They're treating it like in the same way. There's like this whole thing. People reacting with USAID. They're saying they were investigating Starlink. How did USAID investigate anybody? That's not the type of organization they are. What the hell are they talking about? It's like they're going to make it work however they can. It's so weird, man.
There you go. Ever since the embezzlement scandal was exposed and the illicit finance ledgers made public, my feed has been flooded with promoted posts from the most corrupt, sold-out members of Congress, desperately drawing attention to themselves and their own crimes. That's basically what my week's been like on Facebook. Anyway, they told Big Balls he had to go, and then they were going to fire him because they're like, all right. But then they thought about it for a while, and they're like, I think he might have posted some like racy, at least, if not racist, racy memes in his teens, you know, like teen memes that melt steel beams kind of guy, you know, and they were like, this guy's got to go. And they were like, all right, sure. But then they thought about like, wait, does he have to go? Aren't you guys all going? If you guys leave, can't he stay? That's basically what happened. And so Vance was like, Vice President Vance says, here's my view. I obviously disagree with some of LA's posts, but I don't think stupid social media activity should ruin a kid's life. We shouldn't reward journalists who try to destroy people, ever. So I say bring him back. If he's a bad dude or a terrible member of the team, fire him for that. Yeah. And you know what happened? Elon Musk brings him back after the X votes on it. Hugely overwhelming support for the
kids. What is this? Disney with James Gunn? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're like, where's the, you know, and what is greater crimes here? You're like,
well, because the Democrats used to do that. They used to be able, because they had so much power and they were at least equal footing with the Republicans, so that everyone had to play kind of like, hey, no hands. He's got to be out of the game. And they're like, all right, you know what? We have enough players. It's fine. But now, because the party that's been, you know, and I hate to be like this, but like we've been paying taxes to put litter boxes in classrooms so that we can teach children to be domesticated slave pets for other people. You know what I mean? And that wasn't like one half of the country. That was the other half of the. It's become like that. It's like the Moses line thing. And so it's hard to play the moral authority. It's just they don't have it. There's no more moral authority there. So we have to actually completely, it's like you left your abusive alcoholic father who used to beat you, and now you're the dad, and you have to make new rules in the house.
Oh boy. Yeah. Somebody in the comments says Chelsea Clinton's Twitter is blowing up at the moment. And that's referring to, I think I saw Chelsea Clinton talking about
wedding was paid.
the Clinton Foundation and defending the Clinton Foundation. But what's interesting, I didn't see Doge address the Clinton Foundation. I mean, I'm sure maybe they have, but it felt almost like preemptive, because the first place that I hear about the scrutinizing of the Clinton Foundation is from Chelsea Clinton. So I don't even know. Like, I'm like, is that what's happening, or is she just preemptively? I don't know. Is that what's happening?
I saw. Let's see, Clinton USAID wedding. If you type in the Clinton USAID wedding, I thought that they showed the money. Doge gave USAID $84 million to Chelsea Clinton. That was supposed to go to relief in Haiti. Doge shows that $3 million of that was spent on Chelsea's wedding. $10 million went towards a luxury mansion. Okay. So this is confirmed by Doge allegedly.
I mean, to be fair, if you throw the Clintons money and they use that money doing something other than being in Haiti, then you have kind of provided some relief to Haiti by just keeping the Clintons out of their country, even for
but that's not how. That's cute, but it's not how it works, because the Clintons, that's the thing. The reason why Haiti's the way it is the Clinton Foundation has been human trafficking, destroying those people, subjugating them for decades now. And it's a continued systematic attack that's been going back far beyond the Clintons, obviously, the Toussaint Overture and the French Freemasons, and there's the idea that Haiti was the first democracy, the first independent secessionist country in the West. The first one of the, I think was it Haiti was the first country to recognize, it's Morocco, I think, was the first country to recognize the United States, but Haiti was a close second, and they financially helped us. And Haiti recognized Chile, and Chile and Haiti both helped the United States in the early Monroe period. So we had a strong, solid, important liberté, égalité, fraternité, Masonic relationship with Haiti. And to see what's happened to it, I mean, if you look at where Haiti is and what the difference is, and like in Cuba in this region, it's just like the destruction there is so systematic. It's so terrifying. And you can talk to Haitians about cannibal witch people, like the witch doctor Santeria that's happening there. And you can look back like through anthropology and see that the French weren't as into that as they are now. This is something that's happened particularly in the last 100 years. It's become this like occult sex magic cannibal island, which of course that's be where the Clintons want to hang out. So I don't know. I mean, it's not that they're getting
some of this started with JFK, right? Isn't JFK the one that pulled funding to Haiti, which is what made Papa Doc Duvier sort of claim that he put a hex on Kennedy, which ended up resulting in his assassination? But it goes back to JFK with some very strained relations. And really, that was just another version of like this Doge. It was just like, hey, why are we sending all this money? Let's stop doing that.
Hey, you just shared that photo. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm just gonna make a prediction. Very soon, Epstein files are gonna be released.
I hope. I mean,
I put my money on it. Very soon.